The Sports Show. This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Whoa! Oh, my. We made it. Here we are. We did it. Cheers to you. Hopefully you got booze in your coffee, too. I'm just kidding. If you do, cool. Tie one back for me. I'll be right behind you in about an hour. Oh, no, I got to run errands after work like an adult. And I got to be an adult right now and do work. Whoa, hello, pretty ladies. All right, we're here. It's the Sports Show, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. We're just hanging out. It's a Friday. There we go. I was waiting for that to do that. Oh, hold on. I got to do a thing here. How the hell are you guys? We made it to the weekend. It's already weird that the college football season is it's not winding down, but from what we're used to, it is. In the past, college football ended on Thanksgiving weekend, really, and then this weekend they would have the Heisman ceremony, and then, no football, and then the Army-Navy game next weekend, and then bowl games. And it was not as fun this year, man. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're not talking about that right now. I was just mentioning it because it's interesting. It's fun to still have college football on the brain here. And we got college basketball to talk about as well a little bit. One of the better NFL games we'll probably see all year as we're hanging out here in the Harding and Mazzotti studio on ESPN Radio. 315-437-7644. You can talk to me on there. That's where I am. There we go. Let me open up Twitch, if you will, qsportstalk.com. And I was told yesterday that I was the first person to say that it's hot as balls in the studio. Oh, my God. I'm sweating myself on a bra under my boobs. Q Sports Talk. If you're seeing, look at that. That's a bra, sweating bra under my boobs. So hopefully you guys are having a good Friday over there. Did I give the phone number? 315-437-7644. I don't know if I did. If you want to call in, tell me what you got going on this weekend. I wouldn't mind. I like to know about what you guys are doing. What are you doing? What do you got going on? Because I know Syracuse, Notre Dame tomorrow. But that's like noon, right? That's a nooner. We got tomorrow a bunch of college football games on tonight, college basketball, and then a ton of college football championships tomorrow, and even more college basketball on NFL Sunday. We'll talk about that. If you're a hockey fan, Crunch hitting the road today as they head on out on the road. Some hockey tonight if you follow the Crunch. But I think we will probably start and spend a good amount of time because this was an awesome game last night between the Packers and the Lions. And we'll make our football picks here a little later on. Have some Bills stuff for you as well. Oh, hey, how you doing there? But yeah, there was potential for this to be one hell of a game, and it turned out to be possible game of the year, which, again, I wish I could go back and see how many times I said that once this year is over for NFL games, because I said it a lot, but it came true a lot. This has been one of the better NFL seasons I've seen in a long time. However, last night's game ranks right up there as now the Packers fall to the Lions 34-31 in a crazy game. Jordan Love threw a touchdown and not too great. Josh Jacobs didn't have a bunch of yards, but he did have 3 rushing touchdowns for the Packers. And the Lions, Jared Goff, man, 32 for 41, 283, 3 tutties. David Montgomery with a touchdown. Jamar Gibbs only getting 43 yards. I don't know if he went over the 1,000-yard mark. I'm not sure. And I think Josh Jacobs with those 66 yards. I think he did. But the Lions, though, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys getting receptions. But that's not the real story with the Lions and the Packers. The real story was the the end of the game, if you will. As, like I said, it started out not slow, but David Montgomery, he got in for a touchdown, and then there was a field goal. And then you had Josh Jacobs getting it in. Jamar Gibbs caught a touchdown. And then getting to the third quarter with Tucker Kraft catching a touchdown for the Packers to make it 17-14 Lions until Josh Jacobs runs another one in for the Pack. See, because like I said, he had 3 of them. The Packers on the road. 21-17 at that point for the Pack. Tim Patrick, the revived career of Tim Patrick. I don't know if anybody remembers him. He was drafted to the Broncos with a lot of upside and just injury after injury, and he catches 2 touchdown passes here for the Lions today as he catches his second one after Josh Jacobs runs in his third. But then we get into the about the end of the fourth quarter where it got a little wild here as the teams were about to get all tied up. Packers down a field goal as we head on into the fourth quarter of the game.
So they'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. 32-yard attempt for McManus right down the middle.
And now the Lions are about to drive all the way down.
Play fake. Pass. Caught along the sideline from the 49. Play fake again. Rolling, throwing, caught. He's found his new man here, Mr. Tim Patrick.
He's clean. It's going to be a completion.
Dumps it off here. Gibbs looking for the first down and has it. Almost got pushed from behind that time by Wyatt.
We are into the fourth quarter, mind you.
Goff over the middle, wide open, outside the 20. St. Brown, huge play, 3rd and inches. And does he get the first down? Green Bay thinks not. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. And this is where it gets a little wild here as you're thinking to yourself, all right, kick the field goal. It's 4th and inches. The Lions have driven all the way down. There's not much time left, but there's still time left. The Packers got 2 timeouts. No big deal. Kick that field goal on 4th and inches. The Lions, Dan Campbell thinks that they have another option where on 4th and inches, they could then get the first down possibly and end the game, run out the clock, kick a field goal with no time left. And if you know anything about Dan Campbell, I think you know what he's going to do here as a wild play happens. He does go for it, but Jared Goff falls down on the handoff here. He gets almost stepped on or slips or whatever, but
they are going. And then Goff falls down, but Montgomery is able to pick up the first down. So Goff falls down as he's making the handoff, and this should seal it. They'll run the clock down, pick the field goal. What a call! Just getting it in position where Bates wanted it. Ball game.
And there it is. Wow. A crazy ending there. If he doesn't get that, they turn the ball over. The Packers go down. Maybe then the Packers kick a field goal to win the game. It's crazy that he manages to get that ball off to David Montgomery, who gets the first down. Wow. That could have been real bad. That could have been really bad, except for it was not bad at all, and it actually worked out, and they kick the field goal, and they win the game. Dan Campbell, explain yourself right now. You got some splaining to do.
I knew how I wanted to play this game. The team knew it, and everything in me told me that let's finish this, and so we did.
How about Jared being able to get rid of that ball when you get stepped on?
He's an athlete. He got that thing handed off. David did the rest. It was great.
Were there any questions in your mind after you failed to get the fourth down earlier in the third quarter as far as trepidation?
None. And look, I told the guys knew, players knew, coaches knew. Listen, don't ride the wave. You know, we could be up 2 scores, we could be down 2 scores, but just because we're one or the other, we got to play our style of game going in. What we felt like we needed to do, what I felt like we needed to do, and so that meant the risk was there, and and you fell in negative territory. You're trying to hold them to a field goal. but I knew that was how I wanted to play that team with where we were at.
Yeah, you got to take risks when you're one of the best teams in the league, and they took the risks, and I liked it. I know that I heard, I forgot what I was listening to in the car earlier, but I know some people were like, oh, you can't. It was a good move for Dan to make, but don't ever make that move for the rest of the season. It's like, man, that's how you get gutsy and you make plays and you win games like that. So what would that person would rather have happened? They miss it and the Packers drive down and they don't get it, but they go to overtime and then the Lions got to spend another 6 minutes in overtime or whatever to win the game. Dan Campbell is a crazy bastard and went for it. I like it, and so does Cam Newton, who's also a crazy bastard.
From a fan's perspective, I can appreciate the consistency that Coach Dan Gamble has been coaching with since his, coaching career. As a player, if I was in that locker room, I also would have to say I appreciate the consistency, knowing if I was Jared Goff, if I was a quarterback, getting prepared, if I was any type of offensive player, in certain situations, okay, it's 2nd and 10. Okay, it's 3rd and 6. Okay, it's 4th and 2. You already know if you guys are past really your 50-yard line within reason, given the circumstances of the game, you're going for it. There's no better way than to have a guy believe in you with the totality of understanding what's at risk and still believing in his guys. I had a guy by the name of Coach Ron Rivera. Riverboat Ron. He gave us multiple chances and believed in us, and that's something that first is the trust, as RC said, and also knowing that if it's getting close, we're going to go for it.
And that gives you the experience later on in the season, whereas I heard some people say you don't do that again the rest of the year. Well, if that happens again, now you got the confidence. I'd rather have the confidence to know that I can get it done than, be like, I don't know, we tried this 2 times so far this year and it hasn't worked. So, that's something to keep in your back pocket. A little weird in the game here before we move on. And when we come back, we'll take a break in just a minute. But I think we should have some fun because it's a Friday. This was one of the best games, Packers-Lions, that I think I've ever seen them play. And it just happens to work out that I was able to find other top Packers-Lions games. We will come back in a little while and play some highlights from them because I like listening to old football stuff, and it's just fun to reminisce. But weirdly in this game, and I've never seen this before, a fan in a Lions jersey was on the Packers sideline. I don't know if anybody saw this, but he was taunting the ish out of the Packers team to the point where LaFleur, the coach for the Packers, had to come over and be like, hey, the hell are you doing? It was very weird. And then some other players get involved, and it was kind of weird. And I found this response from the Packers coach as to what the hell that was, because it was really weird last night before the game had ever even started.
Man, what did that guy say to you?
What did that guy say to you?
Yeah, I've never been a part of something like that. He was talking junk to our players, giving them the throat slash sign. And you're trying to de-escalate it, and then he gets in my face. So I thought it was pretty unsportsmanlike. Like, I've never seen that. I've been on many fields, and usually they police that much better. I thought it was an arrogant fan that, wanted to get in part of the action, and just I would like to see security or something step in there and get him out of there, because he shouldn't be doing that.
Shots fired. So maybe that's add a little fuel to the fire for next time they play. I don't know if it would, but it's always cool. He called out their security, huh? That's what I like to do after big loss, call out the other team's security.
Sunday, the Orange women return to the JMA Dome to face Notre Dame. Pre-game 11:45, tip-off at noon.
Scott pulls up from 18, knocks it down.
Syracuse women's basketball on ESPN Radio Syracuse.
Truck crash? Choose William Mattar, the largest motor vehicle accident firm in the state. After a crash, an investigation may need to be started immediately. So call now. When you visit WilliamMattar.com, you'll see that motor vehicle accidents are what we do. truck crash?
Oh, it's
Call
Debbie
William
Deb
Matar.
Day as well.
315-444-4444. South State Street, Syracuse.
Completely forgot about it being Debbie Deb Day.
315-444-4444.
Experience the magic of the holiday season tonight at Wegmans Lights on the Lake. Make wonderful memories that'll last for years to come as you drive through Central New York's #1 holiday tradition. Vehicle passes are only sold in advance and are limited. No sales at the gate, so get yours today at lightsonthelake.com.
Tonight is Dunkin' Friday. The first 250 cars through the ticket booth tonight receive a $5 Dunkin' card. Lights on the Lake runs on Dunkin'.
Sorry. Gotcha. Knew there was something. Commercials. You're good now. Maybe. Find out. Yeah, Susan. She's because last night I left her. Hold on. I left her at my mom's because it was going to be crappy. And they went last night. They took Elsa and rescue dog Barney. And Barney he had no idea what was going on because he's not so smart. But Elsa loves it. Elsa fucking loves Lights on the Lake, man. Loves Lights on the Lake. I think it's still snowing right now again, to be honest with you. Frickin' frick. Oh, Randy Moss has a health issue? I don't like that. I like Randy Moss. Yeah, Susan, she loves it. It's crazy how much she enjoys Lights on the Lake. Being a dog. Every day. Ooh, a little bit of a yawn. Getting to be the end of that week. A little yawn. I mean, again, this is my 20-something broadcast hour of the damn week. I can't do it anymore. Got 2 Heinekens going, Swift? Nice. I like that.
This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Made for fun. She works hard every day. And no play. Debbie Deb knows. That's how you know we're getting into the weekend here on The Sports Show with Cody Mack. That's my name. What's on him? We're hanging out at ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. What do you guys got going on this weekend? 315-437-7644. QSportsTalk.com. That's Twitch. See what you guys got going on over there. Who's in there? Let's see. What we got? There we go. We got Bilko, Jimmy from the Valley, Matt from Auburn, Matt and Manlius. Susan's in there. Michael, Swifty, Rob, Syracuse, Nick, couple Nicks, bunch of Nicks. Look at all the people in there. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you hanging out. It's the DVOffers.com, powered by Drivers Village in Cicero. Whatever you got going on this weekend. I know Cuse Notre Dame tomorrow at noon, but that's at noon. That's not tonight or tomorrow night. Make sure you're getting over to Lights on the Lake, man. Perfect weekend for Wegmans Lights on the Lake. Take your dogs, too. I know some dogs love it. Get out over there. It's gorgeous, and the snow's out there. It's all sorts of fun. Wegmans Lights on the Lake, presented by Upstate Honda Dealers and Upstate Calisano Children's Hospital. All right. Awesome game last night. We were talking Lions-Packers earlier, as that was a Thursday night game, and it was phenomenal. One of the better games I've ever seen them play, and then I got to thinking, was it the best game I've ever seen them play? And thankfully, the internet has everything, and it's a Friday, and I thought we should just hang out and have some fun and just chill. Let's do a little chillaxing, shall we? Listen to some old NFL, have a little reminisce time. It'll be plenty of time for being angry and whatever the hell else later. But let's check this out first. There we go. Tongue twister, but not a tongue twister. I found 5 other games that could be considered the best Packers-Lions game. Do you remember any of these? Huh? Do you remember any of these games? This one from Week 17, 2011. I wish this wasn't that long ago, because I remember every single second of this game. I feel like I definitely remember the franticness to pick up Matt Flynn. Yep, that Matt Flynn before this game for fantasy football. And he did not fail us until he signed a huge contract after this game, and then he failed us over and over and over.
Here's the snap. Matt Flynn steps up, looks, rainbows right side, Jones out there. He's got it! He's got it inside the 10! What a throw! What a catch! Crabtree to the offensive backfield. Quick throw right side. Touchdown! Yes!
Flynn is a free agent at the end of the year, and you can mark it down. There are a pile of teams that'll be watching this performance today.
They did. Who was it? Pardon me. There we go. If you turn the mic off, you don't have to say pardon me if you cough. Was it the Seahawks? Oh, that was rough. But that game was awesome. I don't know if you remember that game, but at the very end of the year, again, like I said. This one was one of the older games from 1989, but anything that involves Barry Sanders is going to be one of the better games from Week 8 of the 1989 season. The top 5 Packers-Lions games ever. And I don't know if any of these are even on Thanksgiving, to be honest with you. Oh, fancy music.
And it will be Sanders on the handoff. 30, 35, Barry to the 40. He's in the open field to the 50, to the 40, and he's jerked down at the 39 by Ron Pitts. Oh my.
You don't want to be jerked down by Pitts.
Kowski back looking across the middle. Touchdown. Sterling Sharp. Sharp coming across the middle. Quick rhythm pattern.
Rodney Peete on the long count. Rolls to his left. Forced off to his right. He'll run it. East of the 10. East of the 5. He dives and touchdown Lions. Rodney Peete on the near corner of the end zone.
Oh my God, so many names.
Good snap. The ball down. The kick is on the way. The kick is good. It's over. And the Packers win the ball game by a 23-20 margin.
Oh, man. That's only 1989. That's not the 50s. It sounds like it's some... And back goes the quarterback. Barry Sanders takes the pigskin. He takes it all the way to the touchdown for 5 points, because back in 2002, the touchdowns were only 5. No, I was kidding. They weren't 5, but... Right? I love that. But Sterling Sharp, Rodney Peete, that was only from 1989. I want to feel so old. This, little newer anyway, a game from 1994. I agree with their rankings of these games, because this was what they had as the third Best game. If you disagree or agree with any of these, let me know. I like talking to you guys. You can call me on the telephone if you want. But this one, week 14, 1994. I was 10. Tomorrow, I'll be 40. Oh.
Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders.
Is this Thanksgiving?
Hand off to Barry, sweep to the left. Barry cut inside to the
Maybe
5, and Barry is the end. Touchdown, Lions. Barry Sanders. Oh, man. First down is the 22-yard line for the Packers. Favre is back to throw on first down under pressure. Towards the end zone, Sterling Sharp, touchdown. And he was under the blitz, and he just got it away and made a great throw. The adjustment by Sterling Sharp was terrific, and the Packers have scored.
They're bringing it. Favre has time, wide open Morgan. Goodbye. They beat the blitz and score 6.
On first down, hand off to Barry, up the middle, cuts to the outside, 25, breaks a tackle, 30, he's off to the races, 40, 50, 40, Barry, 35, 30, 25, near side, 20, stiff arm, and out of bounds.
A tackle eligible into the game for Detroit. Touchdown, Lions. Derek Moore, now 4th and 17. Favre is hit, and this game is over.
It's over. That might be one of the times the Lions have won. Week 13, 2015, not so long ago, not even 10 years ago. What's this, yesterday? No.
How far can Rodgers throw it?
He can make it to the end zone if he gets out of the pocket, gets a little running start. But can the receivers get far enough down the field?
Rodgers in trouble.
It's going to get there.
He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in it? In the end zone, it is caught for the win. Richard Rodgers.
Remember this? The Hail Mary?
Walk-off touchdown. A game ender for the Packers.
Unreal. I absolutely remember that one. Even though, did you hear him talk about Aaron Rodgers getting some like old man bone energy or whatever to do maybe reminiscing or whatever? And then it was like 9 years later, he's still playing. He sucks now, but he was kids. Aaron Rodgers was good at one point. And then 1993, the NFC wild card, as many people have said, this is their best game ever. Maybe until yesterday.
For the second week in a row, the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay.
They're on the road.
This time in the playoffs. From the 49, Barry Sanders cut back over the middle of midfield. Right side 45, Barry in the open 35-30.
Once he's into the secondary, one-on-one with DBs, it's over.
Favre back to throw. Favre looks over the middle. Touchdown to Sterling Sharp.
Just a bit of a hesitation, and he set up a block. Once he saw the crease mark, he absolutely exploded through it.
And here's Kramer to the sidelines. Touchdown, Perriman, one-handed catch. Brett Perriman with a one-handed grab for the Detroit Lions.
Tight end stays on the move a lot. Leads for Barry Sanders. Crease. Sanders cut back.
Here's Brett Favre back in the end zone. Brett steps up. Field intercepted. Picked off. And it's going to be a touchdown, Jenkins. Here's Favre on second down, straight back in the pocket. Favre looking, stepping up over the middle. Touchdown! Sterling Sharp! What a catch!
I may feel so old hearing about Sterling Sharp, Brett Favre. Oh, my God.
And in the middle, it is intercepted. It might go all the way for the Packers. Down the sideline, George Teague. All right, Teague at the midfield stripe. Teague at the 40. Teague is on his way. He's at the 20. Teague for a touchdown.
Teague for a touchdown. He was on the Cowboys for a while.
Oh. The draw with Sanders. Big hole left side. Slips a tackle. Gets past Teague. First down, Detroit.
Here's the ride and the handoff to Derek Moore. Touchdown. Derek Moore on the hard drive, and he gets the touchdown, and the Lions have regained the lead. Favre looking, now Favre running. Come on, run it. He's going to throw it to the end zone.
What happens?
He's open. Sharp. Wide open. Touchdown. Sterling Sharp.
Yep.
He got away and scored the touchdown with 55 seconds left.
Spoiler, they win, Packers, because they go to the Super Bowl that year. But yeah, what a rivalry, Packers and Lions, and spent the first half an hour talking all about it. And let's spend the next half an hour of the sports show talking what other NFL we got coming up this weekend. We'll be back. Sports around some more. It's ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. Oh. Oh, boy. The imposing rear. Oh, my. You got an imposing rear. I know, Susan. That's it. Half an hour. We're getting there. I don't know what's for dinner. I kind of want pizza. I'm not really sure, though. Same? See? Rob wants pizza. That's it. We're all having pizza. Everyone shut up so we can all have pizza real quick, please. Everyone just shut up. Everyone shut up so we can have pizza. Smoking up the deer. Yeah, there you go. Do it. I need a haircut so bad. Oh, my God, guys. Oh, my God, I need a haircut. I need a friggin' haircut. Oh, I still got plenty of time. Jimmy, you're going to get that deer, bro. You're getting that deer. Oh, Wegman. Yeah, make that jerky. Jimmy from the Valley makes good jerky, guys. Message him for all your jerky needs. Oh. Oh, there's a bacon cooker that lets you cook and the grease just drips down off it. Oh, I gotta get that. Ah, Inks Ma gives you all the jerky. All right, Jimmy. I'm not jinxing anything. I'm not jinxing anything. Oh. Who needs a tickle? Oh.
This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Look at weekend cuz, because weekends work. By the time Wednesday comes, I feel the beat and I wanna have fun.
Yeah. A little bit of this. Okay. How are you guys? Second half of the show. What show? The Sports Show. Where have you been? Oh, geez, in a coma for 3 months? Oh, geez. My bad. Well, here we are. If you're new, I'm right here. Broadcasting from the Harding Mazzati studio. The same seat that the Jordan Capozzi puts his fanny in. Paulie. The Brian Higgins. 315-437-7644 if you want to talk to me. If you just can't believe it, I know. It's crazy. But for reals, I'm here live. Ask Q's Sports Talk. Ask them. They're over there, qsportstalk.com. That's technically Twitch. But if you go there, all you old folks are like, what is this Twitch? We just send you to a website, and it ends up being Twitch, and then you watch us. See? The people in charge know exactly what they're doing. That's how we get you over there. If you want to talk to us, you can do that. If you want to go to Wegmans Lights on the Lake tonight, make sure you do that as well because it's a perfect night for it. Wegmans Lights on the Lake. This is gorgeous. I love all the lights. Lightsonlake.com. Get your tickets in advance because you do them on your phone, and then you hold your phone and you show the lady at the thing and go, here you go. And then you're good to go. Wegmans Lights on the Lake, presented by Upstate Honda Dealers and Upstate Golisano Children's Hospital. So that's always fun. I should do the thing. Well, I'm going to be playing stuff, so I guess I can't do the NFL music underneath it. Son of a bitch. Screwed yourself with that one, Lacey, not building the bar thing that they've been telling you to build. And then I could play it off of this thing over here on the computer, all fancy. You got no idea what I'm talking about because I'm on the radio and I'm pointing at things. Okay, so NFL on Sunday. I know we got college football tonight. Maybe we'll talk about that later. We don't got much time. College basketball, that's tomorrow as well. I know Brian Higgins will cover all of the stuff you need for Syracuse Notre Dame later, because right, there's this stuff. Remember, like clips ready, like this. Oh.
There's been some entertaining games. Last year, we started out big and.
Oh, see, Red Autry tease for later for other people, not me though. I'm doing NFL preview stuff for you because the Rams are hosting your guys' Bills on Sunday. The 6-6 Rams, although they probably should be a little bit better. Bills are on a roll, man. But traveling out west could be a little different, especially coming off the high of the 49ers game. I don't think it'll be too difficult for them. 425. If it's on Fox and it's on an NFC station, it should be on CBS, right? It says Fox, but I never know how that works. Either way, here's this.
LA Rams back at home, back at 500, still very much in the thick of the NFC West race.
Second and goal, quick out to Nakua, and he takes it in.
Oh, by the way, I found this because I figured I could either write down a bunch of stats and tell you or do this with the stuff that's all professional. Easy. It's Friday, bro.
Who's going to go to the goal line and get in?
Josh Allen goes from proposing on a beach to looking like a wampa in a field full of tauntauns. He ran a touchdown in last week.
Allen stepping up, pumping, running, scoring again.
Threw a few.
As time throws to the corner, brought down by Matt Collins, touchdown.
And ended up catching a TD from himself, technically speaking anyway.
Come on, that didn't just happen.
Allen went 13 for 17 in the snow, a plus 140 rate. Bills offense good for 35 points in the flurry, second highest scoring team in the NFL.
To the outside, Davis to the end zone, diving in, and here comes the snow, touchdown.
Bills' rush attack really led their way in their recent rout, and based on LA's rush defense lately, could do so again. Ray Davis scored on the ground, 63 yards, 5.7 a run last week.
Davis works through inside the 10.
James Cook, 107 yards, 7.6 per, a score. Cook hitting at 4.7 a carry for the year.
Cook down the sideline at the 20 and the 10 and all the way.
Those dudes now go after a defense that gave up 250-plus rushing yards to Saquon Barkley, followed it by giving up 143 rush yards to the Saints on 4.6 a carry, gave up 112 yards to Alvin Kamara, 4.9 a run.
On second down, it's Kamara, first down and more.
Didn't hurt them the way it did with Philadelphia. LA's defense holding the Saints to 14 points, held Derek Carr under 190 yards, sub-90 rate.
Going deep, and it's off the hands.
Yeah, but that is a completely different team than this Bills team, my friends, as I think Josh Allen and the Bills roll in there and kind of take them down. We'll see. We, over on the K-Rock Morning Show, where my ass comes from, we talked to Chris Brown, too. Well, mostly Josh. I say a lot of, oh, wow, cool. Oh, really? So that works out really well. But I figured you guys would want to hear the interview again because I've been playing it when I can for you guys because there might be a little bit of information you don't get when he comes on here and talks to Mr. Higgins. Chris Brown, your voice of the Buffalo Bills.
Joining us for his weekly visit, the voice of your Buffalo Bills, Chris Brown. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Another iconic call, Chris. I'm going to remind the audience of the Josh Allen play from last Sunday. You're not going to hear yourself, but here's Chris Brown calling that Josh Allen whatever play.
First and goal from the 7. Allen under center. Takes the snap. Quick hitter. Thrown behind, but somehow caught. And now lateral to Allen and reaching for the pylon. Are you kidding me? It's a touchdown.
Are you kidding me? It's a touchdown. Chris Brown.
Ever seen that before?
Josh Allen becomes the first ever quarterback in NFL history to, in the same game, get a passing touchdown, rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown.
Kind of the same play.
Yeah, what was that, Chris?
Well, you could hear just how in disbelief I was calling the play because what quarterback in their right mind decides after completing a pass, you know what, I'm just going to run over there just to see what's going on, and it just falls in line with the golden retriever puppy that he is when he's on the field. It's like, oh, the ball's over there. Let me see what's going on. And, you know, throw it to me. Yeah, just throw it to me. And so, yeah, I mean, and Amari Cooper, who is as quiet as kept as anybody in the locker room and barely raises an eyebrow at anything, says, you know, okay, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah.
And the guy just got here a month ago, and just to have that level of trust, I think says a lot about the chemistry in the locker room this year.
And let's not forget, this was all happening during basically whiteout conditions. Like everything is covered in snow. So add that to the play.
Yeah. It really kind of, it looked like a Norman Rockwell painting. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's around Christmas time now, and the snow is falling the entire game, which, by the way, was not forecast. The snow was supposed to stop at kickoff, and then some precipitation got blown over to Buffalo from Lake Huron, of all places.
All right.
Covered like 200 miles of ground in Ontario and found its way to Lake Erie and then fired up and became lake effect snow over here. I have never heard of that before, but it happened, and we had snow the entire game. But, yeah, it looked like it was a snow globe game, as we say.
So there they are. They clinch. It was, I don't know the stat. You'll probably know it. One of the earliest clinches in Bills history, right?
Yeah, clinching the division with 5 games to play. They're the first team in 15 years to clinch it that early. The last team to do it was the 2009 Colts when Peyton Manning was running the show out there, and they were sprinting out to 14-0 records and doing that. So, yeah, it's impressive. And now, you know, the task for Sean McDermott and this coaching staff is, you know, kind of keeping everybody in line because it's like, all right, we got the division. But there's a 1 seed to chase after now. And it was interesting yesterday, Von Miller talked about how Coach McDermott kind of fostered this whole new mindset of we're not going to focus on the results. We're going to focus on playing free and enjoying ourselves, you know, the joy of the game kind of thing, which runs so counter to everything we've learned about Coach McDermott and how he runs his daily operation, improving 1% every day, you know, championship caliber, all that stuff. And Von's like, for me, it was like, whoa, I've won 2 Super Bowls. We're not worried about the results. What's going on here?
Yeah.
But he said what that approach has done for this team is it has driven down the anxiety that a player has every week going into the game. Like, I got to get all my assignments right. I got to do, like, we got to win the game. I got to pull on the rope with my weight. And he says it's just kind of calmed everybody down. And you can kind of see it on the field. Everybody's playing loose and free. And hopefully that continues going forward.
And I think it will, because they got the Rams out on the road. But after that, the Lions. So they're going to need to play a little loosey-goosey. I think they'll probably win, though. Bills should be good. Improve to 11-2. Let's come back, finish up talking about what's else going out. What? Got that? Let's try that again. Let's come back and talk about what else is going to go on in the NFL on Sunday. The Sports Show, ESPN Radio 97.7. What? Out on the road. Nice. And then I can keep the Bengals thing I was going to talk about for Monday. Perfect. All right. Wow, we've got the break, though. Got to make my picks for the week. All right, guys? So you're my witness here. 14-2 last week. Jacksonville and Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee. Jets, Miami. Atlanta, Minnesota. Watch the Falcons turn this around and beat Minnesota. It's going to be like a 45-41 game that Atlanta somehow wins. Saints, Giants. Saints. Panthers, Philly. Obviously Philly. Cleveland, Pittsburgh. As much as Jameis Winston kind of impressed me the last time they played, I can't see it happen. Taking Pittsburgh. Vegas, Tampa Bay. Seattle and Arizona. Ooh, that'll be a good game. Didn't they just play? I'll take Arizona. Buffalo, the Rams, taking Buffalo. Chicago and the 49ers. Oof, man. Do the Niners bounce back? I think they do. Chargers, Kansas City on Sunday night. Ooh. Kansas City. Cincinnati and Dallas. Cincinnati. All right. Picks have been done. Picks. Oh, geez. Oh my God. See, now it's freezing in here. It changes over. It's like the K-Rock studio. Now it's freezing in here. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Almost.
Look at weekend cousins.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Oh, yeah. Rapidly approaching a weekend on ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. Make sure you guys are sticking around. The 315 with Brian Higgins. He is up next. I am almost out of here for the weekend, but there's still a little bit of NFL to talk about because that's still going on Sunday. We only talked like 2 games. Browns Steelers is also on Sunday. If you're getting ready, the Steelers going back home here, and the Browns on the road. I don't see it being quite the shootout it was last time. Wasn't this the snow game, right? I think the Steelers should probably handle them. Although Jameis Winston, he's done such a good job of being wacky, we've forgotten that he's almost kind of a terrible person. He has kind of a shady past, but no big deal. Go and do it to it, buddy. You got Jaguars Titans, and that's not really a game that you should be interested in, I guess, because 2-10, 3-9. But a lot of you got fantasy football implications and playoffs starting soon. So I thought I'd find a couple things for you, maybe some pieces to slip in to help you. And with Trevor Lawrence going down, maybe pick up a Jags running back.
We have Travis Etienne pretty high this week, like just outside the top 20 or right around the top 20 for all of us. We're at a spot, though, I think he's at 9 or fewer fantasy points in 6 of his last 7 games. The one reason for optimism for me is that over the last 2 weeks, he's had at least 15 touches in each of the both of the last 2 weeks. So it just feels like he's maybe getting a little bit more work.
Yeah, a little bit more for Travis Etienne. We'd certainly like to see that again this weekend. He's a scary one, though, right? You're looking for either production, opportunity, touchdowns, or efficiency. So he hasn't scored a rushing touchdown since September 15th. That seems bad to me. He's rushed for more than 52 yards once in a game this season. He is an excellent pass catcher, right? He has 20 or more receiving yards once this entire year.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we don't slide in one of the running backs if you're looking for an option. I played that because I was going to pick up one of them. Not the best idea. I am not going to be doing that, so maybe not. Jets, Dolphins. Are the Dolphins all the way out of it? Maybe, but they got some fantasy people on that team, including Jonnu Smith, who I've picked up on one of my leagues and has helped me immensely because my tight end game has been whack. I don't have a nice tight end. I do now, and you could too. He's still available in a bunch of leagues.
Like, are we at a point now where, like, it not only is Jonnu Smith, I think it's 3 straight games with over 21 fantasy points.
That would be correct.
But he is like a lineup block of all lineup blocks at a singular tight end position.
Yeah, career highs in catches and yards already. He has 4 touchdowns. He had 4 combined touchdowns the last 3 seasons. Remember, New England gave him all that money. He went up there and did basically nothing for a couple of years, but he's really blooming in this Miami offense. And, I haven't got really into the details. I don't know if it's just scheme and how teams are trying to stop Waddle and then, of course, Tyreek Hill, but it has worked. And it's worked for him and Devon Achane, who just continues to catch. Like, if they design a screen, they should just do it every play because it works every single time. He catches it, and he often scores a touchdown. The situation for Achane and Smith has worked out perfectly from a fantasy standpoint. The target shares have been there. The production has been there. I will say one thing, the matchup for him is tough this week. The Jets have allowed 2 touchdowns in our bottom 5 in fantasy points allowed to tight ends. So maybe this is a game where he comes back to earth a little bit, but he's still in that top 5 conversation with 6 teams on a bye. Yeah, he should be in lineups.
I am going to be rolling with him, so don't you worry about that, my friend. Falcons and Vikings, this should be a game that Kirk Cousins could bounce back, or it's the game that he solidifies him heading to the bench and then putting Michael Penix in because they can't hold out much longer. Sam Darnold, although, if this is a game that's high scoring, he might be a guy you might want to play at quarterback this week with a bunch of teams on a bye week.
How about Sam Darnold?
Do it, yep.
Sam Darnold, at least 19 fantasy points in 4 of his last 5 games, 2 or more touchdowns in 5 of his last 6, no interceptions in his last 3 straight. He's really been taking care of the ball.
So you might want to play him as well, right? I don't know. We'll see. You never know, man. What else we got? Oh, there's my time. Saints and Giants as well. I think the Saints will probably handle them. Panthers and Eagles, I would imagine the Eagles put the stomping on the Panthers. Raiders and Bucks is also Sunday. And then a bunch of other NFL games. You've got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on Syracuse tomorrow. Make sure you guys listen into the 315 with Brian Higgins. I'm sure he'll have all of your info on that. And then some college football tonight. Boise State looking to get a championship. And then I know tomorrow, you got some big games. Texas and Georgia. Clemson, SMU. Wow. There's going to be some good football. And it's going to be my birthday tomorrow. What? I know. So we'll be back on Monday. You guys enjoy the rest of your night and your weekend. We'll see you guys. It's the Sports Show with Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1.